This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome back to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. I am Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. So many things. I said that summer was going to be fun, and we're just going to talk about fun shit. And then the guy from Philadelphia, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, dropped about a week ago a 5-minute and 45-second video talking and giving us an apology for something that, I wouldn't do it, but I understand because of who it involved. So if you don't remember, there was this thing called the Academy Awards, and Will Smith was nominated for an award, Best Actor. Chris Rock, who has hosted awards, was there to present Best Documentary and decided to do the thing that he gets paid to do, even though presenting award is unpaid. So he made cute little jokes about, Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem, and then decided to make a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, who, if y'all were not checking the tape, was not nominated for an Academy Award, most notably not for Best Documentary. Decided to make a G.I. Jane joke about her hair. We're trying to be professional, go with the flow and laugh. All of a sudden you heard, uh-oh, and you saw 6'3" Will Smith just walk up there and slap Chris Rock on national television, and it was live, and then sat back down in his seat. And then about a couple of, 10 minutes later, he won Best Actor. People were gripping their pearls. They were shocked and appalled, and they wanted him arrested. Take away his Oscar. He has disappointed everyone. Every woman who thought he was the safe Black person all of a sudden was like, oh my God, what is the world now? Chris bravely continued on to give out the Best Documentary by saying it was won by Questlove and 4 white dudes, even though one of the dudes was most notably not white. He was Asian, but we're semantics, because he's not Black, so he must be white. That's not how these things go, Christopher. But what else, right? So it's like, oh my God, what do you have to talk about? Chris is like, I'm not gonna talk about it until y'all pay me. Will Smith put out a whole Instagram. That was back in March. We're now in August. It was the end of July. Was not on my bingo card. But yeah. So now we have a 5-minute, 45-second video. And literally when I saw this, the first 2 people I thought of to talk about it were the people who are with me today. Because I'm like, we are talking about this. We are unfucking packing this. So the first is my girls. I was like, bring back my girls. Like I'm fucking RuPaul. Like what the hell? But I have my girl, Asa Spades, Sanity Thief. I was going to say something else, but I'm going to leave it for off the mic because we can be nasty. It's not late at night, y'all. It's only in the mid, the sun is still out. Okay. It's not Twitter after dark. It's not demon time, but I have Miss Asa here.
Hey, I'm so happy to be back.
I'm so excited. Oh my God. I was like, we are talking about, you gotta have a little yelling emoji, like, we're talking about this. And you're like, yes, the fuck we are. And of course, I had to have I gotta say it like Taria. Hey, Cookie. I'm like, I want to know why everybody trying to romance you. They're like, hey, girl. Hey, we have Cook Stradamus, host of the Highly Inappropriate Podcast. I was like, everybody talks to you. They're like, talk to me nice. She a tender ass bitch. Talk to her nice.
Not Negrodamus. I like it. I'll accept that. I receive that.
Yes, you should. You should receive it. Receive all the love. Because I fuck with both of you the long way. I'm very excited to talk about this, because let's just say this: we're all Black women, and we, in so many different ways, knows what it's like for people not to give a fuck about Black women. Don't care about our feelings, don't care about embarrassing us. So I think for the most part, we're all like, yeah, we don't tell you to slap people on national television. However,
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at you. I'm like, it's like me understanding and agreeing are two different things. I'm like, you won't see me because one, y'all will lock my Black ass clean the fuck up. It's like, y'all lock me up. However, it's super weird. Going like, oh my God, what will white America think? They'll think he's a nigga like they always do.
Like it's not going to change anything. Like if he was just like, even if he was the popular safe one, like he was always walking that line.
Always. He's never not walked that line. He's never been very problematic with what he said. He's always like, I'm a Black man in America.
Right. Like everybody that is a safe Black person is walking that line where you do one wrong thing that upsets the white majority and it's like, you were the devil.
We can't like you anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was Black when you liked me when I wasn't saying I am Black.
It's like how they did Beyonce when they
with Formations, like, oh my God, we have lost her. I'm like,
did you really have her?
Did you? She's always been our person. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I know y'all threw away Whitney because she liked the drugs.
I feel like they threw away Whitney more so because of Bobby than the drugs.
That too.
Because Bobby was too Black.
Oh yeah. You see him gyrating and thrusting? Girl, do better.
Can't do that.
How dare you not go with Michael? Girl, what? He was another one. He was another one. What were you going to say, Cook?
Nothing.
Nothing. I'm like, so that means something.
I ain't say a word. I surely didn't.
So we got the slap. We saw the people being extremely interesting because I've seen many a dude who literally could understand how somebody could get shot by scuffing a tennis shoe. But we're like, a slap is just like too far gone. I'm like, that's super weird. Or
a slap in front of white people is too far gone.
Right. Because the thing about it is like, my thing was, Stephanie's move would not have been in front of the cameras. At the party, however, I probably would have yucked you. I would have yoked you up really quickly. But here's the thing. Somebody still could have had a camera that still could have gotten out. And y'all still would be like, how dare this big old Black man, him, bully. Bully was the word that got me like,
bully.
It's not bullying.
It's like, you bullied him because you're 6'3". So if Will Smith was 5'8",
the person that was actually picking on the wife of said other person is not the bully.
No.
The one who reacted is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I reacted because that's usually what happens with bullies.
I feel like we're making up new definitions.
I feel like that's not how bullying works. Cute. Bullying means you're picking on someone. And like, how is he reacting to your disrespect of his wife? Bullying. I'm very confused why you think that. It's like, well, he's so tall. I'm like, yeah, so that means the man who trained to be Muhammad Ali, who knows how to fucking fight, could have literally beat his ass. And he didn't.
Yeah. And also, if he is so scary, why is Chris Rock making jokes about his wife if he's so scary and such a bully?
Like, why are you not scared to do this in front of Will Smith? Because you had no see, and what's his name? Brandon from I want to say 40 Acres and a Mule, and that is not the name of his podcast.
Oh, where's my 40 acres?
Yes. I'm like, 40 Acres and a Mule. Girl, what the fuck is my problem? Brain is like steeping out my ears.
Mm-hmm.
And he put it so well. Chris Rock got so used to making fun of Black people in front of white people, he forgot what happens when we make fun of Black people in front of Black people. It's
That's
like,
it. That's
wait.
it.
It was like, that's what it is. Because it's not even just that. Because it was like, why would you do that in a room full of white people? And also people are like, oh, he's like, what? It's not a bad joke.
Listen, Chris Rock is the same motherfucker that sat in the room with all these other white comedians saying nigga and laughed along with
and
him.
Laughed it off. And y'all like, oh, I ain't know that. I'm like,
so I'm not about
did?
to be offended on his behalf.
Absolutely not. It's like, yeah. So, yeah. And also, he came to give out an award for best documentary. He is not the host. He was not doing a monologue. If you do not give out this award, and shut the fuck up. It was like you were taking pot shots at people for no apparent reason.
Like,
I'm like,
this isn't a stand-up show. Like,
this is not. You're not even the host. People are like, wait, he's not the host.
Nope.
No.
Like, if this was a stand-up set and you're sitting in the front row,
and then somebody smack you, and it's like, oh, okay.
I get it. Like
Will Smith is so out of pocket for this. What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, but it's an award show. What the fuck are you talking about my wife?
And it's like, it actually is. The reason she is bald is because of an actual disease, not just because it was Wednesday. That
and
was like,
if it was,
it's like, why are you making this joke?
Even if it was that she shaved her head purposely, why is her appearance the butt of a joke
in front of all these white people? It's like, why are you doing that?
If anybody give a fuck about the white people in front of anybody,
Right.
why are you negatively commenting on a Black woman's appearance
in front of white people?
Yeah. And it's like, because why the fuck are you doing that? Because the thing about it is that a lot of dudes were like, you would never disrespect my wife in front of me. They were clutching their purse like, wait, he just smacked him? I would never. Nigga, fuck you. It's like, y'all not going to sit here in my face going, I would defend my wife's honor. And it's like, yeah, I don't know if you would. Now I don't know if you would.
You know, it's that thing where like something happens to somebody, they post it on Twitter, and well,
Twitter, do your thing. I would have.
Latrell, you are 5'5",
Latrell.
and you got a club foot. You ain't doing nothing.
Not club. I'm sorry, not Latrell. Latrell was like, okay. So the thing about it is like, here's the thing, and I think it's really interesting to watch where we're all Black women. Like, I'm not going to demonize Will Smith for his choice because I understand it. Would I have done it? No. Do I understand it? Yeah. Because one, this is not the first time this man has talked reckless about Jada. It was like when he made his monologue, when he was the host saying she would never be here. It's like, nigga, you only here because you hosting. Let's be very clear.
Listen, apparently he's been pining after Jada since like the 90s.
And it was like, y'all don't notice this. And it's like, one, you're going out of your way for no apparent reason. Because one, you've never really done these jokes in front of Will Smith. So you didn't know what the fuck was about to happen.
And why Jada? Like, she wasn't nominated for nothing. She wasn't picked to present nothing. She was just there with her husband. So
it's like, you're just doing it to do it. And it's like, but he bullied him. I'm like, bullies don't react.
Like, y'all,
are y'all okay?
No, the fuck they're not.
So now we are at the end of July talking about a 5 minute, 45-second video, which I was not prepared for. I'm like, it's been a while. What the fuck you about to talk to? What you talking about? So
he looked like he was sitting down with Gayle King.
And it was like, it's like, I'm sorry, but what is going on here? I was like, I'm sorry, what's going on here? So, folks, we actually do have the video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Lord have mercy.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
So he didn't do the red table talk. This is like
He was just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you
Can you
apologize
guys hear
to
this?
Chris
Probably
in your acceptance speech?
He went out.
I was fogged out by that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me. And it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
So
I feel like since he came out with this so many months later, that was like really eating him up inside.
yeah. I had a lot of emotions watching this because I know what it's like to fuck up and be so disappointed with fucking up, even if you like the intent of why I did this was because at the time, this is the thing that I thought I should do.
Mm-hmm.
Because this, where like slapping someone on national television is not like that is not, oh, I'm thinking this through clearly. That literally is heat of the moment. I literally want to beat his ass, but I didn't. But it still is like, you're sitting here going, I disappointed all of these people. This is Wilbert Smith. He's been famous for literally like what, 30, 40 years? There's no way he don't feel like shit. And especially if this is someone who is actively in therapy trying to fix yourself. And you're like, did I just do a huge step back? Because I thought I was fixing myself. When he said central trauma, I'm like, oh, he's in therapy. I just, what gets me? What gets me is that some of the people saying, why is he apologizing? What you doing? Two things. They were saying that he should have given Chris Rock an apology, which he did, but y'all also wanted it public, and he did that. But also some of the same people going, he owed Chris Rock an apology or to make this up to him, literally were standing on their little shoe boxes saying, Kevin Hart is fine for not apologizing for his old tweets. And I would never, and they should never, and y'all trying to bring this black man down.
You know what? Wow.
I didn't even think about that.
Wow.
You know I did, because I was like,
we both looking like, girl, you just blew my mind.
Child, y'all was sitting at the shop in them barber chairs going, I wouldn't apologize. What? Apologies are for suckers.
Apologize to their kids for not being there.
Don't even like apologies are for suckers, but you're like, you need to make this up. You did ass wrong for what you did to Chris Rock. The Chris Rock who had no problem sitting around with white people saying nigga all day and would not even care. The same Chris Rock
and
who made black chuckling, keying with his buddies, sitting around making black women the brunt of jokes for decades. He didn't respect his own fucking wife, so I don't know what. It's like, man, sir, he don't give a good goddamn. He's been so sitting in white validation, but y'all give him a pass because he is black, even though you barely see him. And mostly the black people around are also problematic people. But y'all give him a pass. But y'all won't give Monique no pass. Y'all won't give Mocha no pass. Interesting. How y'all don't?
I also feel like a lot of people took Will's expression of anger and humanity as like this gotcha moment because he and Jada for years have been trying to exude like a different quote unquote vibration, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So like they have been intentional about how they raise their kids, intentional about how they speak to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people took umbrage to that. And for
Mm-hmm.
Will to do that, that was their gotcha moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's very interesting where we live in a world where people say the apology should be as loud as the offense.
Mm-hmm.
The offense was public. The apology should be public. It also can be private. No one is saying that. And also, if I got slapped on national television, I ain't taking your calls either. So I can give you the grace of I got slapped on national television, even though people are like, well, he kind of had it coming. That's neither here nor there. I don't have to take your calls. And it's like, yeah, because the apology really ain't for Chris Rock. It's for Will Smith. Because
Exactly.
it looked like he felt like shit.
Yeah.
Because he's like, everybody likes me. Because it's like, to a certain extent, I think Will Smith also rested in I'm the safe Black guy. And that helped him maneuver to where he is right now. There's no way that he couldn't have. There's no problem saying I am Black, but he also was like, I'm the kind of Black person you can be trustworthy with. There's nothing kind of wrong with that, because like, you wouldn't get so far. Man. Exactly. Yeah. You wouldn't get that far. You would be a Michael Jai White. I'm sorry. No, you wouldn't be. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I like him. I like him though. He's so pretty when he don't talk. Also, sidebar, stop fucking talking to Vlad. Please stop talking to Vlad. Please stop. Please stop talking to him.
Somebody else went to jail?
Who?
Somebody else went to jail?
No, Michael Jai White talks to Vlad, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know what I would do." I'm like,
Vlad is the feds. Like, why are people?
He's an op.
He really is, and I'm like,
why
stop
are people
going on this show
doing this? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, because it's very interesting that everybody is saying, "What would you do if you was Chris Rock?" But nobody's saying, "What would you do if you were Will Smith?" Like. Y'all can put yourselves in Chris's shoes, but you can't put it in Will's. Imagine this man having no problem talking cash money shit multiple times about your wife, and he finally doing it in your presence. He ain't been. See, that's the thing. It's like Chris usually is not a lot of things, but stupid ain't one of them. But you've been talking shit about Jada, but never in Will's face. Right. This is in his face.
And then also, like, I feel like probably all the shit people have been talking about Jada for particularly since the August situation probably, bubbled up, and like that was his boiling point.
And honestly, I really do think that a lot of this really wasn't about Will. It wasn't another reason to attack and drag Jada for being sexually autonomous in her own relationship.
Absolutely.
So it's dealing with Black reaction and response is extremely nuanced. We don't just respond. It's so many layers involved in it that you can break down, that it's just like we got a lot of healing to do as a people. I blame slavery for everything. I'm never going to stop. Like,
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Was that girl? Like, we don't claim that girl, but she was that girl. Okay?
But she's in all of our families. It's like, what's the reason? Slavery. But it can't be. No, it is. No, it's like slavery, darling.
That I could just say, hey, slavery was like the law of the land. And that's where we are right here. And it's something that I'm glad he did it and got it over with, because I believe he also just signed a $35 million contract for a movie to come out. So he's totally back to work. And
it's like,
he's already got his Oscar. They're not taking his Oscar back.
They're just saying he can't come to the ceremony. It's like,
okay.
Who cares?
It's like, wait a minute.
I would have much rather be at home.
It's like, that's fine. Because then I don't want to have to run the risk of y'all talking cash money shit. Because here's the thing. They were like, would Will Smith, if this was a white comedian, would he went up and slapped him? would y'all have a problem with it if it was a white comedian doing this? Y'all, would y'all now see the disrespect if this was a white man, a white male comedian doing the same joke? Or would you see it as the disrespect that it was?
Right.
It's like, wait a minute. It's like, so a white man could do that and y'all want to say nothing? Oh, I'm sorry. You're so used to not defending I'm sorry. Oh, Jackie. Let a baby, lady.
I'm sorry.
Lady.
I
Go back to the makeup.
I derailed. I'm
the lady
sorry.
who does the makeup. No, it's fine because we're gonna talk about this and then we're gonna talk about her. I'm about sick of her and this shit. And apparently Yvonne Orji caught a stray, and I'm like, what? Wait, what?
What'd she do?
I have no idea. I'm like, first of all, because you know how things go on the timeline where people talk like around it, and you're like, why are y'all subtweeting about something that is like out there? Like, I'm very confused. I'm like, girl, mama is old. I know how to research. I actually know how to use the Dewey Decimal System. I know how to Google and read a thesaurus. I'm like, can y'all just tell me what the fuck y'all talking about?
And microfiche.
Come on, microfiche.
Throw back.
Woo. Come on, microfiche.
We're showing our age. And
I love it.
Listen, and our grays.
Yeah, girl, yes.
I don't have any yet, but I want to go gray.
Yeah. Ooh,
I just might have come
pretty.
in. Thank you.
Yes. See, I love it. See, when it comes out all
Shining.
beautiful and shimmery, I love it.
See, I did a pre-poo.
Come on, pre. Ooh.
I got some aloe. And
Okay.
put the aloe in my hair, and then I washed it today and conditioned it and blow dried it.
Ooh, prick. Come on, healthy hair.
Listen, I'm all about my pre-poo.
Girl, I love it because I'm gonna like braid up and put this on the crochet for birthday trip. So I'm very excited because I'm a girl. I can't have this supernatural hair, super duper natural hair near the water. It's like, girl, what were you thinking?
Oh,
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, girl. We put the braids in. The thing about it is so very, very weird where you like the idea of someone as successful as Will Smith, but you want him to be someone like a Khalees. I'm kidding. I like Khalees.
what?
She needs to stop. But because I was like, girl, your issue is with Pharrell.
Like,
It really,
that's the thing.
truly is. I can get why you're like, I'm sorry, it would burn my pussy too every time.
Right.
Knowing
I feel
it's
like
like-
there is a story behind this between Khalees and Beyonce that we just don't know about.
True.
I think it has to do with Nas and Jay-Z. I really do.
I don't think so, because he wasn't with Khalees back then when that happened, and Jay-Z's got his first baby mama, so it's not really like.
Okay.
I feel like there had to be an elevator situation with no cameras.
There has to be something that we don't know, because the fact that, you know what?
And like, I don't begrudge her at all, because listen,
I don't blame
the music industry is shady boots.
Yeah.
But also,
I'm like, there's something you're not saying, but it's kind of like
I don't think she likes Beyonce.
I don't think
so
she does. I'm like, there's no way, because you're like, I'm not really mad at her. I'm like, but the only reason you're talking about this is because of this. Because it's like, if you like, she could have called me. I'm like, oh, okay. The reason Twinkie got the call is because Twinkie wrote the fucking song. Twinkie wrote that fucking song. So of course she's going to reach out to Twinkie.
She has the master for it.
Right. So then everybody was talking about, well, Frankie Beverly Mays don't own the song. So why she called him? Because she did the whole fucking song. That is
a Mays.
I really, if Khalees writes a memoir, I want to know.
I need you to be honest, because I'm like,
went down
we need to know
her and Beyonce that has,
well, see,
burns her grits.
From my understanding, Khalees is actually pretty good friends with Solange and Kelly Rowland.
Uh-huh.
Her. And when Khalees was doing her when she moved before she moved to her farm, she had like a cookbook and was pouring sauce.
Because doesn't she have a sauce too? Doesn't she?
Yeah,
have sauce and spices and stuff?
She has a lot of like sauces and spices.
Yeah.
So when she was launching that, like the launch party for it, Kelly Rowland was invited.
She was.
And she said they had like a whole party with people vibing. So
that's right. Because I remember the video. Kelly was there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people are friends with Kelly Rowland, and I think Beyonce really is the one that just really be in the house raising her kids. Like she don't. It's like she can't really be seen with people. She's not really about all that other stuff. Beyonce just strikes me as I'm trying to go to work. Like I just want to go home.
Yeah,
and so I think with this, honestly, I feel like Khalees was close enough to enough people close to Beyonce to like, launch, I want to talk to your sister.
Yeah. Because it's like you could have done that. I'm just like, the thing about it is like, Khalees, baby, it's not that you're wrong. Because you're not. I'm sorry. Again, it would burn my pussy if I knew that a song that I was not getting any money off because I was allegedly fucked over by the dudes who produced it. I'd always have an issue. But also, it doesn't help that, Beyonce's not the first person to sample your song, but yet here you are talking about it.
Well, maybe because Beyonce is when Beyonce
the bigger one.
That's a bigger one. Yeah. Also, too, I completely understand why Beyonce removed it completely from the album because apparently Khalees is also in litigation with Pharrell.
And I wonder if she didn't know that.
If she knew, if she didn't know, all she wanted to do was dot her I's and cross her T's. She didn't ask you to make all this stuff with your opinion, sis. And then I think also too, Khalees getting in the comments and getting in the mud with the commenters.
Yeah, that didn't help
her off, like girl. Yeah, they're saying wild shit.
Yeah, because I think she called Beyonce Satan, and I was like, see, I think that's where it is. You could just say, I feel some sort of way about not being called. I think that was fine. I think calling her Satan is where it's like, okay, you know what? I don't want to be involved with this. You know what? I don't want to cause you no more pain because apparently this is a sticking point for you. The song is fine without it. I'm going to take this off because Khalees wasn't the only person vocally listed on that song. It also was Tina Marie. And I'm like,
Tina Marie was on the background. What was on the vocals for that?
So it's kind of like when they had the liner notes, and I think this was on a vinyl, it was like a screenshot of it. It said Beyonce, Khalees, Tina Marie, because it also has a sample of her song in that song too. It's like it's a lot of samples on this whole entire album. So it was kind of like it wasn't just you, and then people are like,
James Brown is listed.
So it's like it's a lot on here. So when people brought Frankie Beverly and Maze, I'm like, well, she did a whole cover of the song, and that just seems like hello. But I'm wondering if she called Alanis Morissette because she used to do a cover of You Ought to Know in concert. Has she talked to Alanis Morissette? I don't actually know, but she did a whole cover.
Leon? Well, she did the Kings of Leon. She didn't contact them, but they loved her performance of it.
Exactly.
They were just like, they're just happy she performed.
Like she did a cover of our song in concert. It's like, it's like, she does a lot of covers. So of course you're going to talk to the artists that you cover, but a sample of the drum beat from Milkshake and a song that they like literally got you the fuck up on off the song, which is really shitty when you really, really think about it. Because y'all just allegedly y'all screwed her over. This is alleged. Let me say alleged because I don't want y'all coming after me. I'm not Tasha K. I'm not afraid to say allegedly. Allegedly. Bubble of alleged. Okay. It's like bubble of alleged.
Bubble.
I'm like, I don't have time for look, y'all ain't coming after me, bitch. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So
because like eventually, like, because Khalees is like in litigation with her of some sort. At some point, then she gonna
come on, Discovery, because shit is going to come the fuck out.
And you said blah blah blah. Nobody got time for that either.
Right? It's like, baby, it's like, hello, come on. We in a litigation. There's this thing called Discovery. It's like, so shit is about to come the fuck on out.
Yeah, so
I
it's
just
best that she's not on it. That way she can just move forward and do what she gotta do.
it's like,
How did we get
girl,
on Will Smith?
huh? Yeah, how did we get here? The
I
thing
don't
about it
know.
is, it takes a very, because the thing about it, the dudes who were like, if I was Kevin, I wouldn't apologize, are literally not realizing it takes a very big man to literally get, even though he has the means to get on camera, he put it on his YouTube page. It's like, he has a YouTube page. Hello.
Mhm.
So it's like, it takes a very big man to just say, I was not right in what I did. No matter if he felt it was disrespectful. Let's be very clear, y'all. It was disrespectful. Let's just do that. But it's like, I did not handle this well. He acted like a grown up. When you like, I did not handle this correctly. And it's like it took too long. Like, it's been long time ago. He shouldn't have had, like, it's been too long. You could have paid it. I'm like, yeah, but y'all were acting like he literally beat that man to a bloody pulp or kicked his puppy on television. That is not what happened. And I'm like, so y'all can miss me with that.
So hold on 1 second. How did Yvonne Orji get astray?
I'm trying to
Listen, I'm
really
on the
trying to
Twitters.
find this out.
Listen, I'm on the Twitters and I still don't know what she did.
I don't. I was like, why is Yvonne Orji being talked about this?
Listen, somebody said that. Hold up. Where is it? It's like between Jackie Aina, Yvonne Orji, and Emmanuel Acho, I've concluded that the Nigerian American kids born in the 80s are not okay.
Okay, Emmanuel Ocho is like on another guy I'm playing, because I swear he made me want to punch him right in.
Mhm.
Nope, Stephanie, shut up.
Which one is he?
He is the one that Iman used to date. He also likes to get on the television and talk nonsense
Yeah.
about, let me be the safe Black person. How about you suck a dick?
That's not, he's not safe. He's just a coon.
Because it was like, why are you doing these videos about being safe around Black people? I'm like,
listen,
what's not clicking here? It's like, girl, what the fuck is going? Okay, so Jackie Aina, Jackie. I missed this. I really, I loved her makeup videos. Still do. I think it's very interesting that she kind of, built up to a place where, one, she had 1 million followers on YouTube, or subscribers, which is a big thing, especially for a Black makeup content creator, because Black makeup content creators get like silenced or not enough play, or some white person steals their ideas and then and they're not paid. And it's like, you want me to give you I'm like, I'm asking you to give me a promo box. Like, for you, I mean, are you? I'm like, no. So she did that, and all of a sudden she was like, you know what? I'm good, love, and joy, and started doing Instagram and doing like luxury blends. And she has
most makeup artists, makeup enthusiasts had to do a pivot in their content, because the tutorials, the reviews, just they weren't getting the views. So they all rebranded into either luxury, fitness, health, something else outside of makeup. So her rebranding and like shifting her focus to somewhere else, not weird. That was a business decision.
Yeah. Because who is the other one who now is like doing get ready with me videos where she shows me her whole outfit? I'm like, this is kind of
Patricia Bright.
Not Patricia. It's not Patricia Bright. What's her name begins with an S. I can't retain anybody's name.
Nor can
is it makeup by Shayla? Is that her?
Oh, yes.
And she's like, I'm like, that is a cute outfit, girl. Okay, peach. Okay, yellow.
I'm still of the mind frame is, where's anybody going with biker shorts and a sports bra? That's just me.
That's just me. I'll be like, girl, I'm like, where's this? Is it date night? Are you going to like go in front of the paparazzi? But she's now switched to get ready with me videos. And I'm like, this is very interesting. So you're right. It's like, they kind of like, yeah, I got to do something else.
Like if they didn't branch off and create their own makeup brand, like say a Patrick Star, they rebranded and went to luxuries, some sort of lifestyle situation. Yeah.
Which I don't like. I don't begrudge you. It just was very interesting because I think Jackie was the one who put a whole YouTube video as to why I'm doing this and it's going to stop doing this. And I'm like, that's interesting. I'm like, I mean, whatever you want to do. So now she has a brand called Forever Mood, and it's a candle brand. And so she came out today talking about she has a new brand where
it's a new scent, right?
It's a new scent. It's a nice little, and I'm going to sit here and just go, girl, I do not want to butcher these words because my Lord. So she came out with her own. It's another extension because she got Claude, the person Lavie by CK. It's now going by her actual name. She took the Lavie away because that's where I first saw this dress. And she has a candle brand. One of it's a candle line. It's a new line. And one of the words that she used, and I hope I'm not, and I'm sorry to every Nigerian person that I'm screwing up your language. I am so very fucking sorry. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. It's called Sorosoke. And that's what she named it after. And that phrase loosely translates to speak up. And it was tied to the hashtag #EndSARS movement that allegedly she refused to talk about at the time. And people were saying, why aren't you saying anything? Because you are a Nigerian American. And allegedly she was blocking people. She's like, excuse me, why are you bothering me with this? Allegedly. Again, bubble of alleged. I wasn't paying that too much attention because I'm like, Jackie, just tell me how to like not let my under eye crease and what foundations I should use. Now, that's where we are, and a skin routine. That's it.
Right. Far be it for me to be a Nigerian American's business because not my place. However, I do see why people are upset because Black Americans had the same reaction when we saw Black American celebs who refused to say anything about Black Lives Matter now positioning themselves as activists.
Could be involved. It's like, look, I can't be taking a knee on this because, girl, I gotta make my check. Now all of a sudden you got something to say.
Right. So I definitely get why people are on her ass.
Yes. So it went on for like, basically it seems like, you know, we're recording at like 7:00 in the evening. This has been the whole goddamn day. It's like, what the fuck did Jackie Aina do? Because it's like, why are we subtweeting where you can just say, this is what the fuck happened with Jackie Aina? So she has now put out a statement with her and her, because her brand is called Forever Mood. There's no E's in this. But yeah, Forever Mood. I don't know why the E's are out. I'm not. Hello, everyone. As the brand owner of Forever Mood, I understand our decision has severely hurt members of my Nigerian community with the name of the candle, Sorosoke. We missed the mark on this and it will never happen again. Okay. Empowerment and respect is the ethos of Forever, and that was unfortunately not properly conveyed in the name of the candle. We accept full responsibility, and I recognize the gravity of this error. To that effect, this candle will be pulled from the market and production immediately. I apologize for the hurt this has caused, and I thank you for holding us accountable. Jackie Aina and Forever Mood team. Okay.
I'm sorry. People on Twitter are making me laugh.
Okay, so I feel like, I don't know, you could just rename the candle to something else instead of just saying, we're just not going to make this candle. I'm like, did it just not test well?
I assume they're just going to repackage it.
That's what I'm saying, because she said pull it from production. It's like, really?
That saying pulling it from production sounds better than we are going to rebrand this candle or rename this candle.
Okay. Yeah. This, you know,
because they're not, they may stop production on it and put fix some new labels, but they're not throwing away all that money.
Yeah. Because it's like, you could just redo it. Because I don't think it was on it wasn't on the market yet. So this tweet makes me, now it makes me understand because I think we all understood it, but someone tweeted, Jackie Aina's word choice is the equivalent of an African-American beauty influencer naming a candle I Can't Breathe as part of a collection they named The Cookout. Like, no. Because at first, because I was like, wait, why are y'all upset? Because I'm like, I'm not Nigerian. I didn't know what it meant. And then I was like, oh, keep scrolling in Twitter. You will literally find somebody to educate you. And I was like, oh yeah, this is bad. And this is bad. And the thing about it is that the problem is that allegedly this is not the first time that Jackie Aina has done something.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
she was my influencer. I'm gonna stick beside her. She was my influencer. But after a while, I was like, it's like, girl, it's like, girl. Yeah, I'm gonna just have to. Okay, so I'm just gonna walk out. Yeah. Like once I saw the promo video of her promoting going into the military, I was like, ooh, not a good look, sis.
Because people have been, because the thing about it is I get it. Because I think we're all in our big ages where it's like, baby, dying on a hill for a celebrity is not the move. It's not, because I'm like, girl, you better than me really does work. Could be me, girl. Because people were just like, what? Because people are like, they were tweeting and then untweeting a lot of shit. Someone wrote, I love Jackie Aina. She is unapologetically successful, and you low vibrational mud roaches saw this as an opportunity to kick her teeth in. Watch what energy you put out there because it will come back. Intention is everything.
Mud roaches.
Mud roaches. And I was like, so
too much online.
Yeah. It was like, that's way too many words outside of, that's way too many words to use to like, I don't care, I'm gonna buy the candle.
Right.
Girl, we don't care what the fuck you do with your money.
I do not like how when people have convictions about certain things and they are rightfully upset about it, somebody got to come over, oh, it's no big deal, y'all always want to be offended by something, blah blah.
As you tell me how offended you are.
Right. But just because you ain't got no emotional intelligence, you have the soul of the Grinch, doesn't mean everybody else does. And also, why are you in my mentions?
I'm very confused as to.
So if I'm reading, because I slipped on over to the Twitter to see.
Come on, slipped on over.
I was like, what is going on? Like,
real-time research.
Hello.
Okay. So apparently Yvonne Orji got strays from that because they said it's her. Hold on, let me pull it so I can quote it directly.
Oh my
god.
Oh dear.
Oh boy. Let me find it. So they made a list of Nigerian Americans who they say are like appropriating African American culture to kind of like position themselves as influencers, and they rely on their Nigerian American identities, but they're really just,
capitalists.
Pretty much. Yeah. Wait till I find it. Okay, hold on.
I just
It was when I saw it, I was like, I need to understand what this means.
I remember, I think it was a few years ago, I remember Yvonne Orji getting flack about, she was kind of being a little bit shady towards Black Americans. So I remember that.
So it said that Jackie Aina is clearly in her I am the spice of pepper soup and the force of cola nut era. Let's get Joel off in Jesus. Y'all want to know the rest?
What?
Do you want to hear the rest?
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
I
absolutely.
do.
Did you already say this? Because I'd have been mad if you did. She said, Nigeria made me, America raised me. I am the daughter of an Igbo chief, the granddaughter of an Ogubufi. I hope I said that right. I am the spice of pepper soup and the force of cola nut. I am the sweetness of chin chin and puff puff mixed with the heat of abono.
Not this spoken word.
Lord have mercy.
I am the party starter like Naija Joloff. I've withstood the madness of Lagos traffic and the chaos of Balogun Market. So what can stop me? The pride of being a Nigerian woman runs through my green, white, green veins. Happy Independence Day, my people. If you're looking for a way to celebrate today, check out my comedy special, Mama, which was partly filmed back home in Nigeria.
Oh, sweet Christmas.
You know, like, I wonder, because you know how, like, we have they just realized they were Black when they turned, like, 20 something. I wonder if, like, Nigerians have that with other Nigerians, like, oh, now they want to be Nigerian. Now they see it sells something. I wonder if that also happens with them.
Or if the distinction kind of gives them some, like the distinction for them in Hollywood, it would be akin to being from the UK.
Okay. Yeah.
It's definitely something kind of where they're positioning themselves like, I'm not one of those. But they can come and still,
do what they do. Yeah.
Right. So for me, like I said, everybody's got to hustle. Everybody's got to hustle. Everybody's got an angle. I will say that it's interesting that some people are being seen. I think it's also interesting. I mean, because I've had some of these thought processes before, but it was something that I genuinely worked to suppress because I was like, no, they're Black people. So it's like, don't think that way or don't look at it that way.
Right. But we're also human. Everybody's human. And like, there's certain things.
Listen, people are tribal people.
Like, humans are tribal
people.
Yeah.
Right. So it makes, like, as much as we don't want to do it, it makes sense that it still happened. Like, it's in the back of our minds.
Yeah. I did not expect to go, like, to see all the subtweets about Jackie Aina, Yvonne Orji catching a stray, and Emmanuel Acho also catching a stray. But I need him to get more direct hits because he gets on my damn nerves. Allegedly.
No, that's a confirmed.
I mean, confirmed. He does get on my nerves.
Confirmed.
Because it was just kind of like, I think
has no one ever told him to shut up?
I feel like he don't like to listen because apparently the person who said, so the person, the tweet you gave, like, has anybody not told him to shut up? So
you're like no one ever told
him to shut the fuck up. It's like,
you have like a church mother has never been like, baby, no.
Baby, no.
Go
get Blue Ivy so she can get sold.
Simmer down.
Sit down. So apparently he responded to between Jackie Aina, Yvonne Orji, and Emmanuel Cho, I've concluded that the Nigerian American kids born in the 80s are not okay. He said, respectfully, I was born in the 90s. Don't age me. My bad, November 1990. You still not okay, though. LOL, fair.
Well, at least he knows.
At least you know that you like
self-awareness.
You be getting on our goddamn nerves, okay?
That's what they said. They was like, Nigerian American kids born in the 80s are not okay.
Child, this is what happens when people don't fuck with Molly. It's like, yeah, anything you fucking say or in your purview, as you said on the Breakfast Club, and that is not elected.
How much that character's flack she gets in real life, and
maybe it's just because of her.
That's terrible. I mean, honestly, I feel like people probably still walk up to her and say, "Wow, shit."
Oh yeah, more than like, because people are ignorant. Like, I still ain't forgave Michael Ealy.
Yeah, no, it's Donald Glover for me.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of niggas I give the side eye to.
I'm like, I just don't yuck your yum. I just don't. It's like, that sounds great. I'm gonna watch rap shit on HBO Max.
Cute for you.
It's cute
I
for
just
you.
don't think. I just feel like now that the Will Smith apology has happened, and like in true fashion, I feel like we've moved on.
Pretty much.
Yes.
I was like, okay, because it wasn't like it's like I don't think y'all
I feel
realize
like
what an
that's what-
apology actually is. Because I'm like, that's an
That was an
apology. It's like I don't
Right.
understand.
I
It
feel
wasn't
like-
like a if I hurt you. There's no
Right.
if, no but.
Mhm.
I was disrespected, but I'm sorry. I'm like,
Mhm.
no,
He-
no.
He
Or
gave
if
the actual apology. He named what he did. He named
and said I was
how it
wrong.
affected, the impact of it,
Mhm.
where he's going to change.
Mhm.
Like, we can close this book. This book.
We can put a little button in it. It's like
Yeah.
it's fine. Will I'm like I didn't
Mhm.
have an issue with you, but hopefully
I
it's
mean,
like
I have forgot about it, but
Clearly.
I'm not in the middle, so
well, you just meet me in the middle. Okay, so before we go, so Kevin Hart has a show where he talks
Oh.
to other celebrities, and he was talking to Tyler Perry.
really, oh dear.
So
Oh,
this is the clip that's going around, right? Okay, so let me just pull it up. Okay, I'm just not say that, but I'm just gonna pull it up. You're just gonna listen.
all right, I'm gonna hush.
Okay, it's not that long. It's only like 58 seconds.
When I think about somebody who I love dearly was Whitney, and I did all I could to try and help her, man, Whitney Houston. I believe she still would have been alive today had we not tried to make her into something she wasn't.
Mhm.
Her being booed at the Soul Train Awards was one of the worst things that could have happened to her in her life.
Mhm.
Her people saying she's white or she's this or she's that made her want to show, because she came to this industry very young, but it made her want to show that she was something different.
Mhm.
Instead of just realizing, let me keep my eye on this, because she's got the best voice in the world. If she'd kept her eye on that, none of this other stuff would have
Well,
mattered.
it's the curse of trying to prove,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I think you're no better, and I'm no better than being a victim
Yep.
of the curse of trying to prove.
Yep.
It's very hard to avoid the world of trying to prove.
Is this just a reimagining of the black kids didn't like me because I talked white?
Well, actually, when Whitney Houston first came out and she was under the direction of Clive Davis, when she did "Oh, I Want to Dance with Somebody," that album, that was a pop, if you will, pop,
Very poppy.
pop song.
Right.
But even though she did the previous album, Whitney, with "Saving All My Love," it didn't sell that
It
well compared to "Oh, I Want to Dance." So she came out and she was solidified really as a pop princess
She was. So she was booed.
at the
Yes,
Soul
and sorry,
Train.
in
I watched that
19
Soul Train Award when it happened.
Correct. It happened in
And I was upset
1990.
because I liked "I Want to Dance."
I
with
like hello. It's like I remember this song. So
but
that-
it's feeling like
very I
we're
did everything
blaming
that. Yeah.
we're blaming black
are the
people
reason why.
for her addictions,
correct.
her death in general. Like, you don't there was a lot of stuff in Whitney's life that could have been eating her up and led to the addiction that had nothing to do with black acceptance.
Nothing.
No, because
And also too, for him to say this now, so many years after, like, what did you do to help her exactly, Tyler?
Right.
he's like, I did all my stuff.
maybe you called her one time.
Mhm.
Like, I don't understand exactly what
Right.
it is. Like, Tyler,
Did you
So
put
here's-
her on the
so here's
prayer
the thing
circle,
about
the
his-
prayer line? What was it?
Child. He also brought up Bobby Christina. So this is the very interesting thing about him bringing this up. The album with "I Want to Dance with Somebody" came out in 1987. She got booed at the 1988 Soul Train Awards. The
they also
Bodyguard,
booed Anita Baker that year.
they did too.
Oh.
So that's the thing.
They were
So
trying
the
to be
Soul
at the
Train Awards
Apollo.
also
The
where
Soul
they-
Train Awards was like the Source Awards in the 80s.
But also remember the Soul Train Awards is where they also booed Aaliyah.
Pretty much.
So it's kind of like I don't know if that's the barometer you want to do, but let's just talk about this. The Bodyguard, My Love Is Your Love, The Preacher's Wife soundtrack, Wait and Exhale. That all happened after 1988. She was solidified as the voice after that. Clive then said it, but then was like, no, she is. Excuse me, The Bodyguard made her the voice, and that was in 1990.
Right. And you couldn't tell Black women nothing about Whitney.
After Wait and Exhale.
And hello, it's like she was the voice. She is the soundtrack voice. That is the person that is the level you need to reach, and that was after 1988. And also, let's bring on the fact that if her brother hadn't got her hooked on drugs, she wouldn't have any drug problems.
She was sniffing coke when she was modeling in the 80s.
Thank you. Before 1988,
before she even cut her record deal, she was sniffing coke. So the thing about it, like, that's no secret. But I think also too, there may have been other battles that she had. Like, I know for a fact when I watched her documentary, the one that I feel was sanctioned and done properly was when they had Robin Crawford on there. Robin was like, "Oh no, she didn't smoke, she didn't drink," because Robin lived a clean lifestyle.
Correct.
And when she was managing Whitney, she was like, "Oh no, we was on point. I ran a tight ship."
Correct.
And then Bobby came in, but who's to say? It's still not really Bobby's to blame.
Right. It's not.
Bobby was already doing what he wanted to do. So it caused conflict between Robin and Bobby and Whitney, where Bobby was like, "You got to choose between me or her." And of course, she's like, "We're married."
Yeah. Of course, I have to put because the thing about it was so, because until that documentary, everybody was sitting in Bobby is the reason she is on drugs. And until her brother said, no, technically it was me. It was like, so are y'all going to apologize to Bobby? Because not a damn person apologized and said it was your fault. Did he probably enjoy it with her? Yes.
Yeah. They were doing bumps of coke in the basement. Like, you sneak off to the basement with your cousins and your siblings. That share a joint or do a bump.
Right.
Like, in their case, do a line. But like, it started off, smoking a little reefer here and there. And they had other cousins in Newark because they were from fucking Newark. Like,
they're from Jersey.
I'm mad that you said Newark.
Oh,
Newark.
Newark. You say
Newark. Newark.
It's Newark.
Listen, that's why people coming down to
putting mad extra emphasis on all this stuff.
Listen, as a Marylander who regularly and routinely drops syllables, I didn't do it for that.
Excuse me. It always gets me when people not from Maryland saying Townsend, and it's like there's one in Towson. Towson. They're like, I'm going to Townsend. What's Townsend, Maryland?
Yeah, I don't be knowing. I mean, like,
I am glad you said it because I probably would have still been saying Newark.
Is Newark?
You don't put all that extra emphasis on the.
It's not Newark.
Yeah, it's not
Newark. I said
like
Newark.
There was when like people from Jersey say it sounds like just one syllable. When people outside of Jersey say it's like
it sounds like 3 or 4,
2, 3. Yeah, it's just one syllable.
It's kind of like when I say they're like Baltimore. It's like Baltimore, and it's like Baltimore. It's like no, but I say Baltimore a lot. But it's only
and don't act like you don't understand me.
Right. It's like it's Baltimore. Or people who say water or wash. I'm like, how did wash get an R in it?
Oh no.
Listen, wait. Okay. I gotta defend the R's. It's not me, it's very country. My mama puts R on anything that ends. She puts R on the my name.
If I tell you range off, you know to go and
yeah.
Oh, so my grandmother said zinc, so I'm here.
I don't know how it happened, but I gotta defend my people.
Oh yeah,
we stand with the hard R's, but not the hard ERs.
Right. But there's a thing here in Maryland. I've heard a lot of white people say wash. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
They hanging around us.
It's like, look, I think it is. It's like it's the country white people say wash. I'm like, oh.
But
water.
There's sometimes when you go down in the country and you'll be in the store, you'll hear somebody, you swear that it's somebody's black ass auntie, and it is Paula D.
It literally turn around and you see Gail, and you're like, what the? Hi there, March.
That accent will cover up a whole lot of sins.
My girl, what the hell? You know what? I need Tyler Perry to just have a meeting with an editor. At least pretend to interview one. Please do not say we could have saved Whitney. I'm sorry, we could have. What?
Also, another one.
You was living in your car doing plays in gymnasiums when Whitney was making it out here.
Right. Like, he's another one. Has no one ever told you to shut up?
They have, but then he says it hurts my feelings when y'all do.
There's just so many things, like when I listen to like certain celebs and they're doing interviews and they're talking about shit. I was like, does nobody have media training anymore?
No, you just said it hurts my feelings, Spike. Will you tell me to shut up?
I can't.
Like, does that he does, but he'll say it hurts my feelings.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
But then turn around. I'm not asking for no 40 acres in a mule.
I'm not asking for cedar table. I'm building my own table.
Okay.
In my compound. Leave us alone.
Okay. Can you build some better wigs?
No. All these black people in Atlanta that got hairlines and you ain't contacting all of them. And also, Tyler, weren't you making Whitney jokes in your plays and in your movies? But you want to say we could have saved Whitney. Yeah, I'm glad. Maybe you're including yourself because I'm like, we could have just helped her.
Look at that guilty conscience talking.
This is not Diary of a Mad Black Woman. She's not going to be coming down the aisle singing the daggone hymn, okay?
Run
this
it back.
Because, Whitney would have dragged Tyler if she had.
Listen.
Whitney's from fucking Jersey, okay? Why are we playing? I'm like, Whitney is a lot of things, but she ain't no sucker. I would like, who the hell do you think you talk to? I'm like,
fucking love a Jersey, an older Jersey woman, black woman who became famous because like that famous shit, like a veneer. It's like Dionne Warwick.
Fuck these motherfucking cameras. I'm ready.
Listen, Dionne Warwick sounds like she is always on the cusp of cussing somebody out.
When she's supposed to be on, like when she was doing at the feud, and she's like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, listen, girl, what the hell?
Queen Latifah, I know Queen Latifah has said some shit.
You know she has. You
grow up in East Orange, like, listen,
you wasn't coming up in the industry pushing Khadijah around.
Absolutely not. And not Khadijah, because Khadijah don't need you. Khadijah don't need you. Like, can you imagine? I was like, y'all just talking. See, before it was the niggas with the card tables and microphones, and now y'all just saying any old thing. It's like Kevin, I know your ass not talking.
We don't need no more content.
We don't need. I'm like, we're good.
Like, listen, we good. I got a backlog.
All the microphones away.
It's like we don't the cameras and the microphones, because now we got Kevin. He got a whole show, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, you don't need it.
Take away the Spreaker subscriptions. Can't nobody have a Podbean.
No, nobody. Take it all out.
Cancel the Anchor.
Cancel the fucking Patreon. You don't need it.
Y'all got me in
have a fucking
unplug y'all YouTubes. That's it. Blue Ivy, unplug the internet. Turn it off, girl. The switch is in your bedroom. Just reach up and click it.
There are 3 podcasts talking about the same thing. That's the cutoff. Everybody else, delete.
It's like, no. I'm like,
delete
I got a quota.
Shit.
This is why it's like, look here. I'm like, this is why, mind you, we're all podcasters going, the fuck are y'all doing? Like, why y'all?
Also, if you have a podcast and it's got more than 4 people on it, shut that shit down. Turn
it off right now. I was like, stop talking, and please, can we stop having these romantic relationship discussions? Who get the big piece of chicken? What about submission?
Nobody.
Also, I'm like, why y'all talking about a concept that's really between married folks or people who are literally some sort of, other than somebody that you've been fucking for 90 days? Why are we talking about submission? Why are you talking about submission?
About submission when you don't have the money to submit to?
It's like, you do realize that, baby doll, you have a part in submission. So you realize that she shouldn't be working. Submission is not 50-50.
Quite frankly, I feel like the whole submission thing should not be within the vanilla relationship realm. Keep that shit to the BDSM. But that's just my 2 cents. Because I listen, gas too high, rent too high to be going into these 1950s housewife submission, domination of the husband is the head of the household shit. We all paying bills.
Hello. It's like we don't have, like, the thing about it is that it's not that people are women, because we're only talking about submission when it comes to, you know, the straights relationship. We're not talking about anything else. Women, we don't have a problem with submitting. We just have a problem with submitting to fools.
Actually, I feel like they have this definition of submission is basically,
but it's not really
doormat.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not what submission is, because you do realize you got to do a whole lot of shit, and you better do it, or you're less than a man. Or they'll bring up non-Black communities and like, well, their women don't have to ask for it, because they don't have to ask for it.
First of all,
they know good and hell well you better fucking deliver, or you a piece of shit, and their daddy's going to tell you. So first of all, your bitch ass is not getting my daughter, because you ain't doing this.
That's how I know they don't know anybody in these other.
You don't know anybody. This is how you know. I'm like, this is how you know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because you must not have talked to them.
Right.
Do you talk to them?
They come with the house and the table, and it's set, and they have some place for you, and they're going to take care of the kids and make sure that you have enough for them and yourself. So yeah, and then they got 2 and 3 generations of that shit worth.
Hello.
And you know what's funny is like the stereotype about Asian women being docile and submissive.
It's such a crock of shit.
I have seen Asian women cussing their men out, up, down, all upside their head. Like, y'all just don't like Black women.
Just say that.
just say that, because now you just sound extra stupid.
Very. I'm like, just like you're walking around the whole neighborhood where you're gonna walk straight through that door of, and I fucking don't like Black women. And I don't like that y'all have standards. I'm like,
you know, I would accept them not liking us if they just left our name out their mouth. Like, if you don't like us so bad, why are you always talking about us?
It's like, leave us alone then. It's like, I get it. It's like, but also they don't like what you say. Yeah, y'all don't like Black women. Y'all just like Black pussy. That's not
true.
Actually, if I could unscrew it and leave it at the house with you, you'd be just fine.
Just fine. Listen, all you have to do is scroll back to 2017 in their tweets, on their Facebook, in their Instagram, and you will see exactly what the fuck we were talking about.
Exactly.
They just rebranded to this protect the Black woman shit because it got cool. They don't mean that.
They don't, because they're full of shit.
As soon as you bring up protecting a Black one, well, I don't know. My life could be in danger too.
They don't like us saying that the relationships that many Black men, or at least the Black men that have been our experience, and our friends' experience, and our mama's experience, and our sister, every Black woman we know,
in the research,
right, is transactional. That's the only relationship you have. And they're like, that's not true. I'm like, really? Why is it that you can't just, why are you telling Black women to smile when you see them? Smile. Tell that white lady to smile. You're not even doing that. You won't even look her direction.
You don't even look her in the eye. Anyway, because I'm about to start getting into Black femicide rates. And I'll say that for another podcast.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Because I'm like, she'll blow y'all heads off and I'll laugh for a little while and then laugh some more. And then come back and then get in the group chat and laugh some more. So I don't want to do that. But we going, so
the cook take a nap on us?
No, she didn't. It's her and Roscoe.
I did, but I'm
we can see you. I'm like, no, she good. What is that?
It's all blurry. Oh,
yes!
Okay.
Hey,
you're watching fitness videos. I can't.
Hey. But
I'm here now.
she here. Cook, I appreciate you being here. That's my girl. I could pull somebody off
You know
hiatus. And she like, I'm here.
saying.
The truth is, I'm always gonna be here for you because my nigga or whatever. And the truth is, you really
Don't
be
make me
reminding me
cry.
times, like, bitch, you supposed to shine. Like that's you. And I appreciate that about you.
Oh, don't make me cry. I'm gonna be
I don't
crying
want
all
you
weekend.
to cry. Don't do it.
No, and happy tears because sad tears have been coming.
No,
But,
stand up. No.
stand up. I don't know why 5 heartbeats just popped in my head. Stand up.
Because I was supposed to do it like that girl on TikTok, but I did do the 5 heartbeat version.
Oh my God. Oh, Lord have
Is there a heart?
Look here, I'm gonna go listen to "Break My Soul" because that new Beyonce album, it's not a skip.
I like it. I
be really liking it, and I know that the interpolation that was removed, it definitely added to the song, but it off of the song does not subtract to the song because that transition from energy to "Break My Soul" was what my soul needed. I was like, I was not prepared for how much I fucking love this transition. And then Church Girl, I'm like, I kind of like Church Girl. Hey, Twinkie, shout out to you.
I'm obsessed with Church Girl. Like I play that on repeat, honestly.
Yeah. And I like Move. Move is the move.
That's Grace Jones, honey. And did you see her interview with Insider where they was talking about Lady Gaga and she was like, no.
I saw that and I was screaming. And I'm like, it's a fellow Stephanie, but I was like, I'll allow this shade. It's fucking like, Grace Jones.
Find yourself and then come back to me and show me something.
I'm just saying, I'm like, Gaga has like metamorphosed into something else. I like early Gaga. I kind of like campy, ravey Gaga. This the new Gaga, I'm not exactly sure. I want her to go back to, Fame Monster. I'm kidding. Totally. No, I'm not kidding. I like Fame Monster era, but I don't know.
I watched her in, what was that, Gucci?
How did you like that?
A mess. I like the clothes.
Okay. So before we get out of here, and again, Asa, you my bitch. I'll be like, let me tell you something. I can find the cute animal videos, but also that green circle. When I see it, I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna enjoy whatever the fuck this is, because
shit's getting popping.
Like,
in the close friends. Yes.
That green circle. I'm like, you not in it. I'm like, just know you don't belong here.
It's not safe for work.
It's not safe for work. And I'm enjoying it because I wasn't at work when I seen it. Okay.
You're welcome.
But before we get out here, both of you, thank you so much. I have a question because I feel like I haven't seen a lot of this, but I'm not looking forward for chatter on rap shit. And that's Issa. So I do too. And it was like, shout out to Jay. He was like, why is nobody really talking about the show? I'm like, wait, you watched this show? Because I didn't see really a lot of, popping on the timeline. And I don't know if it's because it's streaming, because it's like it's different when a show is on, everybody's doing it, but when it's streaming, it's different. But
I guess I don't know if they didn't do enough promo around it or what, because I didn't even know it dropped until 3 episodes in.
Right. And I was like, oh, wait, because I think it's different now that when stuff is streaming, everybody not watching it at the same time. But when it was like,
with Insecure, everybody was tweeting on Insecure Sundays.
True.
So that, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Either way, go watch rap shit.
I mean, it's super cute. I kind of like it.
I like it.
I kind of like it because I like the music.
Yeah, I watched the episode today.
Fury on screen. I like seeing Kid Fury on screen.
Right. When the fact that like no Kid Fury, the only thing I saw was Kid Fury being a straight nigga on TV. I was like,
listen,
let me tell you something. He definitely was trade, because I was like,
as fuck.
Okay, Fury. But he also is a writer on the show, and I'm like, okay.
A thespian.
Come on. They were like, that's him. Like, do y'all know that's Kid Fury? And he is super trade on this, and I love it. I'm like, but also, why could he could just be a gay nigga who likes to play video games? That literally is him, though. He is a gay nigga that likes the game. Like it's not that we just assuming that his character is straight. I'm like, his character don't have to be. Is that Roscoe?
We is really some old ladies.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He's so cute and teeny. He will be fun with Misha. Misha's my mama's dog. I call her an old lady because she's like 10, 11 years old. So
he came and sat down. Like, what are you doing?
He's like, hello, how you doing? What y'all bitches talking about? He's so cute. What's so cute? I like. Let me wait till I tell mistress that you have a dog, and she can go. Excuse me.
Yeah, I picked him up last December. He popped up on my doorstep.
He's like, I want to live with you. You a black lady. You'll take care of me. Let me.
It's usually cats that will pick you out to be like, I live here now. Yeah. Cats will just be at, I live here now.
Like, hello, this is my home. I'm like, girl, what? Get your cat ass out of my house.
You're my
Never mind,
person.
you can stay. See, now you want me to get a dog. But y'all, this is the, let's see. This is the last episode before my birthday. I will be 41 when I come back. I'm into my 40s. This is a weird experience of I like being over 40 and going like saying stuff like the kids. I'm like, when the fuck did I get this old? I'm like, what you kids talking about?
I've been calling kids since I was like 25. So, but I'm also a Capricorn, so that makes sense.
You know, I too gave birth to a Capricorn.
I too.
And you, let me tell you something about your sign, your zodiac sign. Y'all are interesting. As a Sagittarius, I find y'all interesting. Are you a January Capricorn or December Capricorn?
January.
Okay, so that's yes. I had a December Capricorn. I have one, and she's interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
My nephew is a December Capricorn. My brother is a January Capricorn. It's actually kind of funny. I'm like, genetically, y'all are like, should be a little bit more like, but my December Capricorn of a nephew cracks me the hell up.
Listen, something's wrong with December Capricorns.
I'm like, he is so daggone funny. I don't know how to deal with this, but he cracks me up. He does. He like, bye. What do you do? I'm like, sir, get out of my face. I love it. I love that little boy. I'm sorry. I would literally shank somebody in the kitty for that kid.
You wouldn't be an auntie if you weren't. You wouldn't be an auntie if you wouldn't. So
I mean, I'm seriously. It's like, don't let. If he ever call me up and say something is happening, I'm like, hold on. I'm on my way, bitch. I'm sorry. Say less. Let me tell your ass something. If my nephew called me up for anything, that's your ass.
Listen, if I gotta go up to somebody's school, I'm acting an ass.
It's like, let me tell you something. They're like, oh, why are you calling me? So you, have a seat. Tell me what the fuck is going on. Because why my nephew calling me? Because he shouldn't be calling me about this shit. You know, it's like, I'm the wrong person to call. Don't do that. Because I'm a real auntie. Figuratively and literal auntie.
You're going to be in the parking lot. Call your mom! Call your mom!
I don't fight kids, but I will fight your mama.
Right. It's like, call your sister. I'm going to call my mama. Call that bitch because I'm a dog walker in this parking lot. Please call her to come get her ass whipped. Please call her.
I invite you to use my phone.
What's her number? I'll call her myself. I'm sorry. I could put her on speakerphone. Bring your ass here because I'm going to kick your ass in front of your kid.
Listen, it would be that, you know how the parents on TikTok and Instagram were like telling their kids like, so this woman wants to fight me and she got a daughter your age, you got to come outside and fight. Yeah, it would have been like that.
That is so funny because I'm like, where the hell did this just come from? I'm like, whose idea was to do it? Because it's actually kind of funny. These kids are like, hilarious. Cool. I'm like, wait, why are your kids ready to fight?
My friends' sons were ready to
They were like,
they're like,
let me get my
get outside right now. Right now?
Right now. Because I think one kid was like actually upset, like it was just a joke. She's like, ugh. I'm like, why do you want to fight?
My favorite was the one he was so scared. He's like, but we were going to Target.
Listen, he was conflicted. He was like, but if I go outside and fight, I'm gonna get in trouble. We can't go to Target.
But when I get in trouble, girl, what? It's like that boy trying to beat up your mama. Don't care. No, I ain't trying to get in trouble. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
I saw confused. Later they did take him to Target, so he was happy.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as y'all taking the baby to Target, so it's like because that's all he was worried about.
Right.
Like, look, I'm trying to go to Target. Will I get in trouble?
Crocs. He's like, no Crocs.
He put his Crocs in low action mode. He ready to fight.
I'm in the sport mode.
Come on, sport mode. I was like, wait a minute. What the hell is Crocs sport mode? Oh, you just pull the thing up. That's sport mode. Oh, right. Because so then you won't be trying to fall.
I'm still never getting a pair of Crocs, but I got my first pair of Birkenstocks.
Oh,
bitch.
How do you feel?
Comfort. Never going back. Arch support for days.
I love it.
I do not. I will look like Whoopi Goldberg. I don't care. I'm wearing my Birkenstocks everywhere.
I don't blame you. I don't.
And it costs too much for me not to.
Hello. It's like if you're doing this for comfort, I'm like, excuse me, I paid a lot of money for comfort. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm old. My feet hurt. I gotta go get surgery next month. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Anyway,
Lord have mercy.
I'll be all right. But
Lord have mercy.
You know me.
I know you.
Injury prone.
She's Louise, lady. Well, y'all, that's not the way I want to end this show, but this is the Mocha Minutes podcast. I will be back, not necessarily next week, but I'll be back soon because, guys, 2022 is the 5th birthday of the Mocha Minutes podcast in September. Not the 21st of September, but in September. So, yeah, we'll be back shortly after birthday because I'm getting out of the country to relax and be luxurious and have a soft ass life because I'm a tender ass bitch. So talk to me nice. But y'all, I will be back. Bye.
What is something you will not apologize for?
The inability for some of y'all grown motherfuckers to understand the concept that not all men, not all women is a moot fucking point. It is impossible for any organic, naturally occurring thing to be all of one thing. It's a fucking moot point. It doesn't need to even be said. It's an understood statement. No one owes you an apology because you don't understand the difference between trends and outliers or exceptions and rules. No one gives a fuck about your extremely esoteric, specific examples. Who the fuck owes you an apology because you can't get out your motherfucking feelings? If what somebody said was actual, factual, fuck how you feel about it. The truth don't give a fuck about your feelings. When it comes to your feelings, take that shit up with your therapist or your God. Either way, I or the real world don't give a fuck. Nobody will ever have sympathy for a motherfucker who will believe a pretty lie over the ugly truth. You will continue to get dragged in mouth for the rest of your motherfucking life, and I promise you, nobody will give a fuck. Believe what it said, not what the fuck you want to hear. Motherfucker, this ain't Disney, bitch.
What is something you will not